Namo Namaste Gurave Mahatmane Vimukta Sangaya Saduttamaya Nityadvayananda Rasasvarupine Bhumne Sada Paradayam Budhamne Namaste Namaste Vishwa Vibho Vishwamurte Namaste Namaste Chidanandamurte Namaste Namaste Tapoyogagamya Namaste Namaste Shruti Jnanagamya Namaste Namaste Tapoyogagamya Namaste Namaste Shruti Jnanagamya Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutiresha Bhavat Kripa Shri Mahima Prasadat Prapta Maya Shri Gurave Mahatmane Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namastasmai Sadaikasmai Kasmai Chinmahase Namaha Yadetat Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajati Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajati Guru Rajati. Yesterday I did not complete the mantra from Chandogya Upanishad. Only the first line I had explained. That ahara shuddhau satva shuddhihi satva shuddhau dhruva smritihi smriti lambhe sarva granthinam vipramokshaha. That is Sanat Kumara to Narada. Yesterday I told the story, no? That by purification of all the inputs we take, food or vision or all through the all five senses, whatever we are taking, by purification of that, that means ahara shuddhau, means by the purification of that, what happens is satva shuddhi, our being becomes purified. What happens when the being becomes purified? Satva shuddhau dhruva smritihi. Dhruva smritihi, it's very important. Smriti means what? Smriti means memory, is it not? Smriti is our memory. Dhruva smriti means that memory which will never change, which never changes, eternal memory. So here we are calling self-realization, self-knowing the self-experience, etc. They are calling it smriti. Because we are the self, we don't have to create the self. By our sadhana we are not producing the self or purifying the self. We are only purifying our body-mind complex, nothing else is being done. As I say that the cloud, when it is removed, the sun was already there, it becomes visible. So we get back the vision of the sun. Like that, what is our true identity? What is our Atma? What is the real consciousness, which is our real identity? That smriti we get back, that memory we get back. Why it is Dhruva? Once we know who am I, then it is done. You don't have to again find out, again create something. The smriti we get back. Smriti lambhe sarva granthinam vipramoksha. When we get back that smriti of our real identity, that is, the other day I said that ajnana, the ignorance, has got two powers. One is the covering up our real identity. And the moment the real universal identity is covered up, we become small. Immediately we start running after things, running away from things. So avarana and vikshepa. One is the covering up, another is the distraction. The two operates like that. So when the avarana is removed, when the cover is removed and we get back our real identity, then the distraction automatically disappears. The desire, motivation disappears. So he says that smriti lambhe sarva granthinam. Granthi means the knots. We are actually having lots of knots in our understanding, in our heart, in our emotional being, in our intelligential being. Knots means we are not able to see the truth as it is. Actually, it is absolutely the sarala, we say, that means the most straightforward, even more than the light. Light moves on straight line, but it is even more than that, because it is not an object. So, that we are not able to see because of the knots in our heart, knots in our emotional being, knots in our intelligential being, knots in our mind. So he says, Sarva Granthi Nam Vipra Mokshaha. Vipra Mokshaha. Vi means, whenever we are in Sanskrit words, we are attaching the Vi, it means Vishesha Rupena. That means everything, everywhere, one after another if we take. And pra means prakrishta rupena, means very well, absolutely removed. So why they have, generally they don't apply these two. Here they have added both, the vi and pra. That means in all fields that we are interacting, vishesha rupena and prakrishta rupena, very well, all the knots will be untied. So you will become what you are. It will be absolutely simple, natural. We will become simple, natural, just like as I said, the rivers are flowing, we will also flow, led by the natural forces. So the three guna will operate, but we will not feel that I am getting this, I have done this, I have done that, I have to enjoy this, I did enjoy this. All these things will go. But all the gunas will still operate, just like the river. It will go on, the person will do whatever he can do, whatever is the need of the people. He may go anywhere and do anything that is needed, but never having the doership or enjoyship, kartri bhoktri bhava, that will not be there. So it's a very good mantra, we oft quoted many places. It is from Chandogya Upanishad, Narada Sanat Kumara Sambhada, conversation between Narada and Sanat Kumara. Now we had done quite a lot about the gunas and how they are producing the bondages, what are their properties, etc. Now we have to go to how the bondages are removed. That also I have discussed in brief, but in detail according to Bhagavad Gita. So let us go to 14th chapter. Nineteenth Shloka number 19th, 14.19. This is most important shloka of 14th chapter. Also the Gunatita Lakshanas are important, but this is one indicator. Nanyam gunebhyah kartaram
Nanyam gunebhyah kartaram
yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param vetti madbhavam sodhigacchati nanyam gunebhyah kartaram
नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं
यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति
यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति
गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति
गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति
मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति.
मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति.
So he says yada drashta. Drashta means referring to us, that the seer, knower. Yada drashta gunebhya anyam kartaram na anupashyati. That whatever is happening, it is all the function of the gunas. That we have studied over so many days, that everything is a function of the gunas. But our normal sense is to, what are the gunas? The whole world is made of gunas, and my body, mind, personality is also a product of the world, product of nature. So it is also made of the gunas. So actually the gunas are functioning in the world, in which my body, mind, personality is also a speck through which gunas are functioning, interacting with the other gunas in the world, through the senses. So everywhere it is the gunas functioning, but whatever is happening through this body, mind, personality, we are positing an ego there that I have done this. Although you think, well, if you had not been given the capacities by nature, would you be able to do? Suppose you were born as a dull person, will you be able to pass the exam? But when you do well in the exam, you feel an ego that I am a very good student, I have done very well. If suppose you are an extremely lethargic person, will you be able to do the work which the other students or other people are doing? You will not be able to do. So when we are doing, we say that, oh, I am a karma yogi, I have done this, I have done that. You are not a karma yogi, you are only a karmi, because you are taking the egoistic position that karta bhava, katri bhava. I have done this, I have done that, which has to be eliminated in the first step of the karma yoga. Karma yoga means acting without the katri bhoktri bhava, without the ego and without desire. So, this yada drashta gunebhya anyam kartaram na anupashyati. We are always pashyati, we are always seeing that there is a karta. Who is the karta? I am the karta. We are positing that. Actually it is a guna's function. When he stops seeing the karta behind the gunas. See, anupashyati means na anupashyati, means after doing the vichara. Normally you will always posit the karta. We are born like that. Ego is also part of the... Nature has given us this egoistic position, karta bhava, katri bhava, bhoktri bhava. So, you can have this kind of a vision only by following the vichara. Vichara means the analyzing, understanding, and finally completely behaving according to that, following it in life. It becomes your consolidated knowledge. Then you will no more see. That is why they have said anupashyati. Normal seeing is, it is not seeing. It has to be, it is a seeing followed by the vichara. It is not the vision of the eyes. Eyes, whenever you open, you see whatever is in front. But whatever you see by the subtle buddhi, it is through vichara, through introspection, the buddhi becomes subtle and it starts perceiving the truth. Even in science also, when you are first told about, say, those who have studied relativistic mechanics or quantum mechanics, nobody will be able to understand anything unless they activate their buddhi and try to purify the buddhi, make it sharp, make it very subtle. Will they understand? Nobody will understand. When relativistic theory was given, it was a remark by Eddington, I think. He had mentioned that only 3 people in the world understand special relativity. Only 3. So many, there were thousands of scientists working in the field. But he claimed that. He said that one is Einstein, the second was himself, and the third was about whom he mentioned, Dirac or somebody. He mentioned like, what does it mean? I am quoting this only to say that normally people will not know. Even very, very intelligent people also, Those who are scientists also, they will not be able to understand. They have to refine their buddhi, maturate their buddhi, make it sublime, make it sharper. Through that, it is a vision of the buddhi. When they understand what is the meaning of this quantum mechanics or relativity or so, it is not with the eyes that they will see. It is with their buddhi. It's a vision of the buddhi. And the more you apply it, it becomes your own. By repeated practice, it becomes your own. So here also this is ikshana. Although they are saying anupashyati, it is ikshana, means the vision of the buddhi. That with the buddhi vision, we will understand that I am nobody. I am only a product of the nature. Whatever nature wants me to do, I am doing it. There is no credit can be given to I. That where is that I? That I is not the real I. There is something else. So they are saying na anupashyati. Then another line is there. Gunebhyah cha param veti. It is not only just not seeing any karta or bhokta. He is seeing something which transcends the gunas. This is the very, very important point. This is not applicable to the scientist, it is applicable to the spiritual sadhak, spiritual seekers. Because scientists will not try to know anything beyond the buddhi. The other day also I had given from 3rd chapter the 2 shlokas and diagrams and all that. Forgotten? So, here in spirituality, always we are saying that the body, mind, emotion and intelligence. Up to this, all the desires and Sanga and corruption, everything will be there. If you want to get rid of this, you have to know something transcending the intelligence also. Yo buddhehe paratastu saha. Evam buddhehe param buddhva. Samstabhya atmanam atmana jahishatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. That day I taught in the 3rd chapter. Here also he says that he doesn't posit any egoistic karta or bhokta, doer or enjoyer. Not only that, gunebhyascha param vetti. He sees something transcending the gunas also. Because whatever we are seeing in the creation, whether it is the world, visible world or our own personality, everything is a creation of word. So we have to see something, even our buddhi, mind, emotion, everything is creation of buddhi, created by nature. It is within the fold of nature, fold of gunas. So we have to see something beyond that. It's the same thing as we studied there, Jo buddhe, evam buddhehe param buddhva. Here he is saying, gunebhyah param. All the 3 gunas, it is transcending that. Mad bhavam sodhigacchati. He attains my bhava. Krishna is saying he attains my bhava. My bhava means Krishna was a knower. So naturally his identity was not with his body. His identity was with the universal one or transcendental Atma, who is the consciousness on which the whole universe is appearing. That was his I. So naturally, any person doing that and knowing that which is beyond guna is there is only one to be known, that is our Atma and consciousness or Brahman, whatever you may say, it's the same. So, he attains my bhava, Krishna is saying, that means he also becomes knower like this. So this is the indication given about the Gunatita, that one who is transcending the gunas, so that he is freed of all the bondages created by the gunas. Now, immediately Arjuna asks, he continues, Gunan etan atityatrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukhi vimukto amritam asnute. Then comes Arjuna's question. Arjuna is asking 14.21. Kairlingai strin gunanetan
Kairlingai strin gunanetan
Atito bhavati prabho
Atito bhavati prabho
Kimacharah katham chaitan
Kimacharah katham chaitan
Trin gunanati vartate
त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
Kairlingai strin gunanetan
कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान्
Atito bhavati prabho
अतीतो भवति प्रभो
Kimacharah katham chaitan
किमाचारः कथं चैतान्
Trin gunanati vartate.
त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते.
So he's asked immediately, as he did in second chapter also, that what are the characteristics by which you will know that somebody is Gunatita, that is not somebody else but you yourself. What will be the Gunatita's behavioral characteristics? What will be his inner vision? Just like in second chapter he is asking, and that will be discussed now. It is called Gunatita Lakshana. Now everywhere, whether it is Sthita Prajna Lakshana or Bhakta Lakshana or Jnana Lakshana or Gunatita Lakshana, whatever we may say, these characteristics are discussed so that whatever are the characteristics of a knower, those are the sadhana for the seeker. Are you able to understand? Because we might not have had that vision of whatever he said just now, that gunebhyasya param vitti. I have not known what is beyond the three gunas, what is there. That means Atma Sakshatkara or Atmic experience we may not have. But does it mean that as long as we do not have the Atmic realization or Atmic experience, we will not be doing our sadhana? There is no other sadhana. We will every day sit in meditation and try to do this, and again being absolutely disheartened come back and then finally leave our sadhana. That is what happens. So these shastras are extremely important to put us on the path. See, in most of the cases you will find that people become interested, they develop some enquiry, some curiosity, they go to a guru, get initiated, follow the meditation and other practices given, have some little experiences also, but very soon, within few months, if you ask, Swamiji when he asked, he said, I am doing interactional sadhana. Because interactional sadhana you cannot catch. What sadhana? So, it's a very good escape route. Interactions you are doing okay, but how are you making it a sadhana? You have to make the interaction sadhana. Because in meditation, when they fail, they lose the interest for meditation. So the Shastras are cautioning us, don't wait for that. You try to cultivate all the characteristics, qualities that are given for the knower, for the devotee, for the Trigunatita, all the knower's position, whatever has been given, their characteristics are given. So, these characteristics which are the symptom, the characteristics of the knower, if we follow them, we are also walking the same path and we are going towards knowledge. Is it not so? Suppose he is unaffected. So, should we not practice unaffectedness? Atma is unaffected. So, one who realizes the Atma, he becomes unaffected. This is the Shastra is saying. Now, by saying that, what we mean is that you also try to become unaffected. Why are you so affected by so many things happening in the family, in the office, and unnecessarily? A person told you something and gone away, and you are getting affected. That person is happily drinking tea somewhere, sitting somewhere. But we are getting mad about it. Why did he say that? Why did he say that? I never did this. You never did this, and be happy about it. Because he has said something wrong, it is his business. Why are you worrying about it? But these simple things also we do not do the vichara. This is where the vichara is essential. This is where the scripture is essential. Otherwise we will consider something as my sadhana and go on doing it without looking into, without any introspection, without thinking, have I progressed or not? After 60 years also we never look back and think that have I progressed or not. Same sadhana we have been doing, maybe. So the Shastras are, that is why we are always taking recourse to some scriptures like Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads. Because they are constantly telling us that what should be the path. You cannot just sit tight and think that one day I will reach the goal. One fine morning I get up from sleep and I will become a jnani. Leave all those dreams if you have. So Shastras are giving us a clear-cut path that you walk on this, and as you progress you will find that you are slowly becoming whatever the characteristics of the Atma. You will not be getting so much affected. You will not you will be freed of the jealousy, blaming tendencies, likes, dislikes, everything. I don't want to see her face. You will not say like that anymore. Let the most ugliest or the most strongest enemy come, I will smilingly talk to him. You will not get affected by anything at all. That samabhava, that equality, the Atma, why? That Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter, samatvam yoga uchyate. What is that samatva? You have to find Atma, that what is the realization of the knower? That the whole universe is appearing on Atma. That means it is just like written on consciousness. If you write in the air, you write God and you write dog. Are they different? Both are written in the air. Similarly in the water also. It is all the more, it is written in consciousness. Just as in the cinema you see film, everything is written on light or on the screen. That doesn't change. It is all appearing to be like that. Here in dream what is happening? Your mind, and there so many things are happening. The aircraft or the palace you are seeing in dream, has it gone into your brain? Can you put the palace inside that you are seeing it? It is just appearing in your consciousness, in your mind. So is it not made of consciousness, made of the mind, substance? Is there any doubt? When we are saying that everywhere is Atma, it means that all the differences, the multiplicity, the different colors, different forms, they are appearing on the same uniform Atma, consciousness. So, as long as, from the time you are doing your sadhana, you have to have this uniformity in your vision. Because we are not seeing this unity in the multiplicity, we are developing Sanga towards what I like and hatred towards what I dislike. It is so strong that the constricted, limited, whatever is formed projection is coming, we are holding that to be all and forgetting that they are all written on my same identity, the Atma. It is all on the consciousness. So our sadhana will be to always cultivate that point. That everything is an appearance on that. Everywhere, those who are not given to this kind of a knowledge orientation also, they also do this. How? They consider, suppose somebody is a devotee of Shiva. They are told that your devotion should not be restricted to the idol Shiva in your puja room or so. You should find your Shiva, your Ishtadeva, Shiva, in everybody. And to the grandson you like, you can always think of Shiva. Nothing it is going to happen there. You have to think of Shiva in your enemy. Try to do it, you will find it is very difficult. As long as the mind is haunted by the enmity, you will not be able to think that the Shiva I like most, he also is Shiva. Try. But that is a devotee has to do. He need not understand all this tattva. But as devotional practice should be also to find that sameness everywhere, the unity in diversity. So, this gives a pursuit right from the beginning, which will, as we walk the path, we slowly approach the ultimate truth. Now, there will always be a problem whenever we are saying that the real I is on which the whole universe is written. You may have always problem regarding that. I am trying to make it a little simpler. Do you have that? First, let us have a little lightness about Krishna. See, Krishna was a small child, although he was God and all we say, but he also had to stay with the Guru. He had two Guru. One was a Shastra Guru, another was his spiritual Guru. He stayed with both for a very, very long time. He did tapas. These things you should know very well. People have idea that I don't have to go to a guru. Even Krishna had gone to a guru, not one guru, two gurus. So this is before he went to Sandipani or anybody. That is before he went to the guru. Krishna was a child moving around. Although we call God, God it has come as a child only. Now, one day the calves who were his friends, you see the two calves, their expression? They came and told Krishna that, see, we have heard about Swami Bhumananda Tirtha, who is explaining the truths very well. Will you take us to him? Then I will be able to understand who am I. The calves were saying. So Krishna was also very much touched by that. Acha, is it so? But how can I take you? I will go myself first. Let me go and see whether such a person is there or not. What happens when we go? So he came. The next slide. He came to the ashram. Now, because of our technological incompetence, we could not rotate the Krishna towards ashram. He is looking towards the hill. He was naughty always, so that way also it is okay. So he came to the ashram. Next slide. He came near, this is the approach to the ashram. Came there, and again we could not rotate it. He should have been rotated to see the ashram there. Now there, if you see on the balcony, there Swamiji and Ma are standing. Swamiji on the wall side and Ma on this side. Are you able to see? So Krishna should look at them, not this way. So Krishna saw it. Then we always say that even the presence of a saint gives us the knowledge. You don't have to always talk to him. So when particularly Krishna was the best of seekers, so naturally he will immediately have the receptivity was very high. So immediately he had the vision of a truth that, acha, this Swamiji I am seeing in this building. Show the next slide. Where am I seeing? I am seeing that I am here and the building is outside. But is it not that the building is, the building I am seeing, it has appeared in my mind, in my consciousness. Otherwise I will not be able to see the building. Is it not so? Have you understood? So, whenever I am putting this limiting signs, it means it is a thought. It's a thought or a consciousness. See, his eyes changed. See the expression? He discovered some truth there. That is why the eyes are like this. If you understand, your eyes will be like that. That is why I repeatedly ask and finally get disheartened. There's no eyes become like this. So naturally. Now he thought further that, well, I am thinking that the building is appearing in my mind, but is it the whole truth? Next slide. That Krishna is standing in front of the building and thinking of seeing the building. That Krishna is also, is it not appearing in my mind? That I am there, this I has also to appear, otherwise we will not know. Not understood. Whatever we are seeing, this building, this hall is, we are seeing as outside the body. That is why we are seeing like this. But I have an image of myself that when I am understanding, I am seeing that this my body-mind personality is part of the hall. Is it not appearing in my mind, in my consciousness? So, what do you call it? The cloud inside the small cloud is the individual perception, the thought in Krishna body's mind. So it is a small, are you able to see? If I say anything wrong, please catch me. So it is an individual thought. Whereas now, see the eyes now? He has discovered the truth there. What is that eye? See the eyes. But this whole thing that the Krishna is standing in front of the building and the whole thing is appearing in the consciousness. So, next step is, he immediately took it further that if this is true, that building and Krishna standing in front, all these things are appearing in consciousness. Is it not true about the whole universe? So the next slide. That is, in the universe, whole universe, whatever we know, I am standing there. And in my mind, I am seeing the universe. But my body-mind is a part of the universe. It's a small speck in the universe. So the whole thing is appearing in the consciousness. Whereas small consciousness, you can say individual, the larger one is the universal consciousness we are meaning. That is what I am repeatedly saying, that universal I, universal Atma, that is the Atma. Where the whole universe is appearing to be. It's all written in the consciousness. We are thinking it is solid and the thoughts are subtle. Is it not? The table is solid and the thoughts are subtle. Both of them are only written in consciousness. That the grossness is a concept in the consciousness, subtlety is a concept in the consciousness. Some things are appearing as gross, some things are... Suppose in the dream, you see a big building and you have so many thoughts also there. There also the building is appearing in your mind. Is it not written in consciousness only? Like that the whole universe is written in consciousness. This is the individual consciousness small and the other one is the universal consciousness or Atma. So the conclusion will be the next slide. The whole universe is a state of the consciousness only. It is just an appearance in the consciousness. That is why our Shastras say it is Vivarta Srishti. The whole Srishti, the creation is called Vivarta. Vivarta means apparential, apparent. All in the objective world, whatever is produced, it is a Parinama Srishti, material creation, material causation. That is, if you burn the book, ash will be burned and the book will die. Is it not so? Everywhere, every moment, the sun is radiating. So it is giving rise, it is radiating light. In the process, the sun is no longer the earlier sun. The hydrogen content in the sun has come down and helium content has increased. So in this created universe, nothing can happen without the change in the cause, the effect cannot be produced. Anything you think of, you are getting the energy from the food. In the process, the food is becoming stool. It is undergoing a change. Everywhere, the grass was there, the leaves were there, they are no more there, they finally go to the soil. Then again, the soil undergoes a change. From there, the seeds, they take the nutrition from the soil and again the grass will come, the leaves will come. The whole cycle in the objective universe is going on. It's all under a cycle. And this cycle is sustaining on the change of the cause to produce an effect. Whereas, suddenly in your mind, a new universe has appeared. Or say a huge aircraft carrier you are seeing. Is there any cause for that aircraft carrier? Is it not just it has appeared suddenly? There was no cause, nothing. No effect also. The moment that dream goes, the carrier has gone. So there it doesn't need any cause and the cause does not undergo any change. So in the creation, everything is undergoing a causality where the cause changes and produces the effect. It is called Parinama Srishti, means material creation. That you need some material to create. Here if you have to make the book, you need paper. To make the paper, you need some, the pulp. To make the pulp, you need some other garbage and other things also. Everywhere there will be a cause necessary which will undergo a change to produce the effect. But in the case of the creation of the world, there cannot be any cause because then that is also included in the creation. If you go further and further and further, you will never end it because what is the cause of this? It will go on. It is possible only because the whole creation is just appearing in the consciousness. It is non-causal srishti. The ultimate srishti is not causal. We often say that, why did God create the universe? There is no why. This why question is coming because everything we are seeing is causal. Seeing everything causal, our mind brings up the question that why. In the ultimate level, there is no why at all. It's just appears. You are all very confused, I think. No? I don't find what is the difficulty in understanding this? Is there any difficulty? Suppose you are seeing that you are standing in front of a lake where there are waves. It's a moonlit night and you see so many millions of moons on the lake. Is it not so? Because each wave is reflecting the moon in a certain angle. So you are seeing, that is why you see the reflection all around like this. Sea also you can see. So the moon you are seeing in a particular wave, let us say. What is the moon? It's a light. It could be sun also equally. Now, that is like the consciousness in our body. That which is revealing. What is the consciousness doing? It is revealing everything. So just like light, it is revealing. Who is revealing the light? We'll say the eyes. But who is finally revealing everything? Consciousness only. Suppose when you close the eyes, there is a shloka, Shankaracharya shloka. Kim yotistava. If you say that what is revealing everything? The sun. Well, when the sun has gone in the night, what is revealing? The lights, the artificial lights. Well, when you go to sleep and see dream, what is revealing? There is no sun, no light, nothing. So then the disciple comes out with the answer that it is I, the consciousness, which is revealing. So, suppose you think that the I is that moon. Let us say that is the moon reflected in that particular wave is the consciousness for that. Now, as the wave changes its form, is not the moon also dancing? Sometimes becoming half, sometimes becoming full, and when the wave goes, the moon vanishes. Like that, the I in you, the consciousness which is, you are thinking that I is, I am sukhi, I am dukhi, I am happy, I am jealous, I am liberal, etc. Whatever is happening in your being, in your mind, you are putting it on your I and thinking that the I is undergoing a change. Is it not? But truly speaking, even when the wave dies, has anything happened to the moon? When the wave is changing and the reflection of the moon is appearing to be changing every moment, is anything happening to the moon? With the sun also it is like that. So it just like that, the consciousness when it is revealing through the association of the body-mind complex, any change taking place in the body-mind complex will not affect that at all. But we are wrongly associating. That is the guna problem. The Sanga is making us associate with that. And we are thinking, I am sorry, I am happy, I am clever, I am dull, all those things. Everything is happening in the body-mind complex only. Another example. Suppose there is light coming. From the top, light is coming. You put a number of mirrors there. Suppose at an angle you are holding a mirror like this. So that light will be reflected and you will see a reflected beam. With that beam you can see many objects in the world, can you not? And that beam, if the mirror is red, the beam will also be red. It will have some properties of the mirror will be taken to that. And with that the mirror is seeing. Because we have 5 sense organs, we are seeing the world as a combination of these 5. Suppose we develop 2 more new organs, the world will be different. Just like the mirror, the world will be different. Suppose your vision becomes microscopic, you will not like it because all will be just a bizarre array of elementary particles or waves. No, you have applied so much of lipstick and tika here, put 1 ear and a ring. Now 2 ears they don't put, only 1 ear we put. No? So that ring and all. So suddenly you become that all are just mere of waves or particles or so. So that depends what world we are seeing, that depends on the senses we have. Now forget about it. So with that reflected beam we can see whatever we are seeing. Now I am asking a question. If the mirror thinks that this beam with which he is seeing the world, knowing the world, is originating from the mirror, from me. The mirror thinks that it is originating from me. Is he right? Why? So we are not able to understand that the mirror is understanding I am not right. We are not able to understand that everything is from that consciousness which is revealing through the body-mind, with the association of the body-mind complex, what we are thinking as our awareness, which goes in sleep, which comes back when we are wakeful. That is only the reflection, not the original. And original cannot be body-wise different, because body, mind, personality, everything is in the objective field. We are knowing that, we are seeing that. That is not the subject who is the revealer. इससे ज़्यादा तो और कुछ नहीं बता सकते हैं. I cannot speak anything more than that. You have to understand. Tomorrow you will forget. Again you have to go through this exercise. By repeated introspection, it will be understood. Why not? There is nothing difficult here. So, now suppose we put hundreds of mirrors in that light. Each mirror will have its own beam with which it is seeing the world. But actually all the light is from that universal that I showed in the picture, from the Atma, the universal consciousness is coming. Now suppose the mirror becomes opaque or the mirror breaks, gets powdered. Will that eye die? Will that light die? Nothing happens to the light. It is going as such through. Although it is an objective example, but it is very close to the truth. Every point will not be cleared by an illustration like this. So, that is the death of the body. When the body falls, when the body dies, it is just like the breaking of the mirror. Nothing happens to the Atma. We have to say that, body has fallen, Atma has gone up and it has gone into this. We are making the Atma also an object. Everything that we see, it has gone from here to here. It is no more Atma, not the subject, it is an object. It is for science to detect whether Atma goes or not the spiritual. So, nothing happens when the mirror breaks or anything. If it becomes wrong, if it becomes opaque, it will not see the world clearly. That is also the mirror quality only. Quality is poor, so it is not seeing. You clean it, it will see better. Like that, our body-mind personality is also seeing the world, knowing the world, perceiving the world. Now, what we are trying to do in spirituality, we are trying to know this is not coming from me. Then where from that light is coming? This is exactly the question, who am I? That when we look into our within, that I-ness, the aham bodha, that I am, is it not coming from within? So we start looking within. I am not the body. I am the revealer of the body. I am the seer of the body. I am the knower of the body. I am not the mind, because mind also is changeful. The thoughts are coming, thoughts are going. I am knowing all that. Nothing is changing there. So I am the subject. Mind is also an object. Changeful thing. I am not even the intelligence, because intelligence was dull yesterday, today it is sharp, or today it is dull, yesterday it was sharp. So the changes in the intelligence is taking place. I am the knower of that intelligence. I cannot be the intelligence. Suppose when you ride a car, you cannot consider the car to be you. About the car, you don't say that I am that. But about the body, which is also you are saying, sometimes you are saying it is my body. Today my body is sick. Next moment you say that I am sick. Is there not a complete grammatical crash? You are saying I am sick, and next moment you are saying my body is not working all right today. So the body is, at one time you are saying it is my body, another time you are associating yourself and saying I am that. Actually it is my body. The I is knowing all the changes of the body. The mind, the I is knowing all the changes in the mind. All the changeful things are seen against the backdrop of the non-changing I. So that is the I. But we are not able to dissociate that I from whatever is the changing. So we try looking within and find out where from that I is coming. Now in the mirror example, now you think that what will you do correspondingly? Will you not try to find out where from the light is coming? Now with the mirror, as we are used to think that I have to know everything by my intelligence or awareness like that, mirror thinks that whatever I see, I have to see with this reflected beam with which he is seeing the world. He tries to see the self also with that knowledge instrument. He is seeing the world with what? He tries to see his own I with that. So it will try to move that reflected beam towards the original beam if it is successful. The mirror will turn like this towards the original light. Now when it is fully turned towards the original light, what happened to the reflected beam? It has got merged with the original beam. There is no reflected beam separate. That is what happened when the Atma meets Paramatma. We say generally that. Or it becomes Brahman. That is, when it is turning and knowing that who am I, then no more body is there, no out, no inside, nothing is there. The individual I has got completely dissolved in that universal I, which we call Nirvikalpa Samadhi. That is called Samadhi. So, now this is understood. Similarly, you can have so many other examples. We often give the example of suppose the radio station. You have a radio receiver set. The waves are coming from the radio station. And you tune it and you are getting the sound. Now say a small something in the transistor or radio set, it goes off. The sound is no more coming. Has anything happened to the waves which were coming from the radio station? Only the radio has died. Nothing has happened to the original which is coming out as the sound. Here, lights are burning, fans are moving, amplifier is amplifying. Is it not all electricity? Do we remember? We see the fan, we see the light, we see the sound, hear the sound. Suppose this bulb gets fused. Has anything happened to the electricity anywhere? Whether electricity is there or not also we don't know. That is an assumption. Nobody has seen electricity. It's only a conclusion from whatever we are seeing. If the light is on, we will say the electricity is there. If the lights are none of the lights are coming up, we will say perhaps the supply has gone. So the death is only for the body-mind personality, not for the Atma. Atma never, that is why these slokas are there. Na jayate na mriyate va kadachit. Which never dies, never gets born, never dies, never changes at all. Because it is not in the object, field of object that it will be created and it will be destroyed. All other things will be created, will have birth, will have death. Body also will have. Now, when a person goes beyond this guna level, that I said that the mirror is turned and the reflected beam gets merged with the original beam. Now that vision is full when no disturbance is there. You have been able to turn it towards fully and the merger has taken place fully. That is what happens in the samadhi, I said. That the I, we were thinking I is coming from within. So we started looking within. We rejected the body, rejected the mind, rejected the intelligence, rejected the emotional thoughts, everything. And when we finally reach that point of I, suddenly there is no in, out, nothing. That alone is that. There is no world also. World has gone because all the senses, the body, everything is not there now. So when the world vanishes, never think that I am in samadhi, I will be there and I will see the world is not there. Everything is mithya. Shastras have told you. We take everything very simple sense. Na? So the world is mithya, I am not seeing, but I am there. It will never happen. You are a product of the world. Your individual personality is a product of the world. When the world is not there, that personality also will not be there. It's a absolutely zero state. Zero means, you call it infinity, call it zero, doesn't matter. Now, that is the Shuddha Sattva state. We have now studied Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. But the Atma, the consciousness is called Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva means the pure Sattva, that pure being. That is the pure soul, pure being, pure identity, which has no coloring, no characteristics, nothing. That is called Shuddha Sattva. Now, once you understand that this is my identity, that is what he is saying, that gunebhyascha param vetti. Everything is a functioning of the whole world, is just gunas functioning. But he sees that there is the reality which I am, on which the whole world made of gunas are appearing to be, world is appearing to be. But I am not touched by that at all. Gunebhyascha param vetti. I am the untouched consciousness. That is the Vishuddha Sattva. But by that, his body-mind personality will not become Vishuddha Sattva. He will know that my identity is Vishuddha Sattva, where the gunas never touch. See, in 3rd chapter also he said, Guna guneshu vartanta iti matva na sajjate. He sees that it is all the play of the gunas, so he never gets tainted by anything, affected by anything at all. He never clings to anything, he never hates anything. All these statements should be related and comprehensively understood. Then only Bhagavad Gita will arise in your mind with its proper brilliance. Can you show the 17th slide in this? Live and act being above 3 gunas. Above 3 gunas means you cannot live and act not being in 3 gunas. There cannot be any activity. But in your identity, you will always identify with the Gunatita, with the Vishuddha Sattva. So your behavior, there will be a change coming in. When you identify that I am not within the clutch of the gunas, whatever your body-mind personality are doing under the spell of the gunas, there will be a change. That is what will be discussed in the Bhagavad Gita in the next few shlokas and all. So what happens is that the gunas also, because of the Sanga, they create all the problem. If you take away the Sanga from there, Sanga means the ego and the desire from there, then the 3 gunas take a brilliant form, as in nature. The pure sattva is effortless knowledge. Now whatever knowledge we are trying to have is, I am the knower and I am trying to understand what is there in Bhagavad Gita. Is it effortless? No. It is effortful. That is why you don't understand. That effort is necessary. Because there is a difference. The knower and the knowledge, they are different. I am knowing something different from me. But when the knower and the knowledge that become same, that I am knowing about myself. Do you understand? Is it not to be effortless then? Once you know your own identity, is there any effort necessary? So it is the effortless knowledge which will reveal always the truth. And everything else you will not be so much interested in. They are only appearance in that. You will know that they are all appearance. You will see that they are only appearance. So other things, if it is to be known, you will know that you have to be effortful. Suppose you want to find out that how this microphone is working, we have to put the effort corresponding. But in having known the truth, there is no further effort. No effort is necessary there. It is just a revelation of the true self. So the sattva guna becomes a pure sattva, that is Vishuddha Sattva is just the effortless knowledge. It is not a matter, it is just the knowledge. Pure rajas is effortless action in harmony with divine will, you say, or in harmony with nature also you can say, anything you like. The whole creation is acting. The tremendous activities are going on. We cannot even imagine. Is it not? Even the moon going around the earth also we will not be able to imagine the activity, energy involved. What about the galaxies spreading here, there, getting destroyed, getting born? Tremendous. But all these energies, there is no desire, no effort, nothing. It is all just effortless projection. That is the rajas. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing corruption there. So, for the knower also it has to become like that. For the knower, the sattva will be the effortless knowledge. Rajas will be the in harmony. He is only fulfilling divine will or nature's will. He is always acting in tune with the infinite or in tune with nature. With whatever energy his body can produce, he will go on acting. Similarly, tamas is the undisturbed peace. Tamas is the inertial part of it. It has no more that pramada alasya nidrabhi. He will have sleep. He may not have sleep, whatever. It is undisturbed peace. So as such, the gunas are not at all to be condemned. They are very good. Only we have to apply them in the manner so that we can rise over the bondages created by them. Next slide. Prakrite kriyamanani gunaihi karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. He says that it is all nature. There the gunas are always, every moment the gunas are functioning, all the activities, energy, everything is managed by the gunas only. Only the person who is deluded by his ego, that I am the karta, I am the bhokta, he thinks that aham karta iti manyate. He thinks, I have done this, I have done that, I have to do this, I have to do that. All these are delusion. It's all the gunas playing and doing their job. Next slide. Tattvavittu mahavaho gunakarma vibhagayoho guna guneshu vartante iti matva na sajjate. One who knows the truth, tattvavit. O mahavaho, O Arjuna, tattvavittu. But the tattvavit, one who knows the truth. Who knows the truth of the karma and the gunas, who has studied, who has known that these are the functions of the sattva, rajas, tamas, and this is how all the actions are taking place. He thinks that it is guna guneshu vartante. The whole world is made of the three gunas. My personality and the sense organs are also made of the three gunas. It is the three gunas which are in the form of senses are receiving, perceiving the three gunas in the form of the world. It's a play in the world going on. I am never touched by anything at all. The whole world is playing in this. Next. Iti matva na sajjate. He never develops Sanga then. Then comes to what we are now studying. Nanyam gunebhyah kartaram yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param vetti mad bhavam sodigacchati. This I have explained already today. So we will stop here. See, Brahman and Atman, there is no difference. We call it Atma in reference to our identity. Because Atma means the Aham Pratyaya Gochara, where from the Aham is coming. We are calling it in reference to our ego or the body-mind personality. The individual existence we are referring to as Atma. But when we know, we find that the Atma is not different from the Brahman at all. The two are same. What is the Brahman? Brahman is the substratum of the entire universe. When I am saying that the whole universe is nothing but appearing on the consciousness or on the Atma, then we don't call it Atma, we call it Brahman. Actually, there is no harm in calling it Atma also, because the person will feel that it is in me. He knows that it is in me. That is my real identity. So Atma and Brahman is, Shankaracharya's verse is there. Shlokardhena pravakshyami yaduktam grantha kotibhihi Shlokardhena pravakshyami yaduktam granthakotivihi Brahma satya satyam yagan mithya Jivo brahmaiva naparaha. There all your reply is there. He says, I will tell you in half a shloka. Shlokardhena pravakshyami. In half a shloka. Yaduktam granthakotivihi, which has been discussed in crores of scriptural text and all the Upanishads, Vedas, and everybody is discussing about that. I will tell you that in half the shloka. No, half the shloka is already over. Shlokardhena pravakshyami yaduktam granthakotivihi is half the shloka. So he is left with only half the shloka. Brahma satyam jagan mithya jivo brahmaiva naparaha. Brahman is the truth. Jagat is mithya. Now, what is the meaning of mithya? To understand that, you have to understand it properly. Generally, it is misunderstood. Whatever it is, Brahma is the truth. Because for a seer of truth, everything is Brahman. So, although the appearances are various, but they see that it is all written on the consciousness, on Brahman only. So, for them, everything is Brahman. There is nothing other than Brahman. It's an appearance in Brahman. Jivo brahmaiva naparaha. We are calling jiva in relation to the body. That whatever living power is there in the jiva with reference to the body. That also is Brahman alone, because there is nothing other than Brahman in the world. It is nothing different from that. Then what is this jiva? That in 7th chapter, it's very well depicted in Bhagavad Gita. 7th chapter now? Bhumirapo analo vayuhu. 7th chapter, 4th and 5th. He is describing the universe. Bhumirapo analo vayuhu kham mano buddhirevacha ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakriti rashtadha. He describes the nature, Prakriti, nature, as ashtadha, means eightfold. 8 are the main elements. What is that? Bhumihi, apaha, that is earth, water. Analaha means fire. Vayuhu means air. Kham means space. These are the 5 external elements. And internal elements, manaha, buddhihi, ahankara. 8. Internal is mind, intelligence, and the ego. These are the 3 internal elements, and the other 5 are the elements, the objective elements of the world. So these 8-fold is the Prakriti, is nature. Now he is saying this verse, that 7.5 is very important. Apareyam itastu anyam prakritim vidhi me param. But know that this Prakriti, which is 8-fold, is inferior, apara. What I have told you about the Prakriti, 8-fold Prakriti, where 5 elements are external and 3 elements are internal, it's only the inferior Prakriti. There is something supreme or superior Prakriti there. Apareyam ita tu anyam prakritim vidhi me param. That para Prakriti I will tell you. You know from me what is the para Prakriti, Krishna is saying. This is all apara Prakriti. What is the para Prakriti? Jiva bhutam mahavaho yayedam dharyate jagat. Para Prakriti is when this Brahman is appearing as a jiva in the form of, in the association of a body-mind complex. That is also a production in the appearance in the Brahman only. As the objects are appearances on Brahman, the individual body-mind personality is also, everything is appearance on the Brahman. But what is the speciality of this body-mind personality appearance? There something is inside which also has the awareness, which we are calling jiva. That is, in association with the body-mind complex, the Brahman is appearing as a small jiva. And that is why we are all suffering, not knowing that this jiva is actually the Brahman. The whole purpose of spirituality is to discover that this which I am seeing small, has no power, always suffering, always depressed or elated, always slave to the world, that is the master of everything, where the whole universe is appearing to be that Brahman I am. So this is very important. Because it is through the jiva that 5 senses are operating. The whole world is appearing to be Everything is happening through this manifestation of Brahman through in association with the body-mind complex as Jiva. Tomorrow I will try to see what I can do maximum to finish all this. That is, tomorrow will be about surrender, which is the ultimate sadhana to get rid of all bondages from the gunas. Okay, we will stop. Prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nitya bodhasvarupam param nischalam nirgunam sarvarupam bhajeham sadanusmarami pranomi prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nitya bodhasvarupam param nischalam nirgunam sarvarupam bhajeham sadanusmarami pranomi.